You just learned about the brand new Taurus GX4, or you were lucky enough to be able to find one. It's a terrific shooting, feature-packed micro-carry pistol. But you want to know, how does it take apart? In this video, we're looking at what you need to do to field strip, clean, and lubricate the Taurus GX4 pistol. What's up everybody, welcome Squad, and welcome to Slavguns. I'm glad to have you here, as always. In the last few days, Taurus has made a splash and entered the subcompact carry market with their Taurus GX4. It has so far been a reliable and pleasure to shoot and an incredible value with its sub $400 price tag. Many of you have either purchased it already or are interested in it but want to know, how does the GX4 disassemble for cleaning? And that is what we're going to do today. The tools you will need are either a flathead screwdriver, or if you're at the range, a pocket knife will do. Along with that, you'll need your regular cleaning supplies, including a cleaning rod and some cleaning patches, and you can also use a 9mm bore snake instead. Furthermore, if you want to take apart your magazines, you will need something like a pin punch. Okay, let's take the gun apart and then we'll discuss when and how often you should do that. Like many of the firearms today, you will need to pull the trigger during the process. As such, the first step is to drop the magazine, rack the slide, and make sure that the chamber is unloaded. Once you verify the gun is unloaded, release the slide and pull the trigger. Do note, the process I'm showing you is slightly out of order from what is in the manual, however, this works better in my opinion. Next, on the right side of the gun, you will find a pin that looks like a flathead screw. The cut in the pin should be vertical. Take your screwdriver or pocket knife and turn it 1/4 turn counterclockwise. As you do this, you will see and feel the slide going forward. At this point, simply slide the slide off of the frame. Next, push in on the back of the guide rod to relieve the pressure and pull it out of the slide. Then take out the barrel. This is the extent of how far you should have to take it apart for basic maintenance. If you suspect you may need to clean your striker or firing pin, or you need to clean the channel, you will need something like a fin punch. Push down on the firing pin sleeve and relieve the pressure, and then you can pull it off, and then you can pull out the striker. Do make sure that you're keeping pressure on the back, otherwise it might fly back out. At this point, you want to use your favorite cleaning solvent to clean everything off and get the residue off. This is also a great time to inspect everything and make sure there are no unexpected cracks or wear where there is not supposed to be anything. Once everything is cleaned, you want to make sure you lubricate the high friction areas. Do you absolutely need to use oil? No, guns will function without it. However, it'll surely induce more malfunctions and increase wear. Just like any other situations, sometimes a good lube is just a very good idea. The one I have here is the one I've been using for the past year or so, is the Lucas Extreme Gun Oil, and you can find a link for it below. There are a few key areas that you want to make sure that are lubricated. So on the barrel, you want to make sure you have a bit of oil on top of the chamber. This is the place where it's going to lock up with the slide. You also want to make sure you put some on the lug and where the guide rod sits. On the slide itself, look for where the high friction areas are, and you just can't go wrong. First, inside the slide rails, which will ride over the top of the frame, and the striker release. And on the frame itself, the frame rails which come in contact with the slide. Don't go crazy with oil. A few drops of quality lubricant will be enough. Too much oil may actually attract and capture more dust and grime, causing issues later on. Now, once everything is cleaned and lubricated, time to put it back together. To put everything back together, put the barrel back in. Next, put the guide rod back in. There we go. And if you took the striker out, now is a good time to put it back in. And let's start put pressure on it here. And make sure it clicks in. Next, put the assembled slide onto the frame. And rack the slide to the back of the frame, slowly release it, and then pull the trigger to function test it. Now take a look at the pin and make sure it's back in the vertical position. The manual says to lock the slide back and then manually turn the pin back a quarter turn. However, as I found that as you rack the slide back and then release it forward, the slide will lock into place and the pin will turn into the vertical position by itself. Next, cycle the gun a few more times, dry fire just to make sure all is well, and you're done with the gun. Next, the magazine. Now, most of the time, gun owners are not going to be cleaning their magazines. However, a good amount of gun malfunctions are actually caused by magazines. While the magazine is in the gun, much of the carbon residue from the gun will find its way into the magazine. Furthermore, if you ever drop a magazine to the ground, there's possibility that soil, sand, or rocks will find themselves in the magazine, causing the spring or follower to bind. This is why most people shooting matches will clean their magazines after every time they hit the ground. Now, to disassemble the magazine, you will need a pin punch or something like it. Hold the magazine with one hand with a thumb over the base plate. With the other hand, press down on the tab and then slowly slide it off. Next, slowly slide the base plate off while making sure you hold down the spring base plate, and then release it slowly, as if you just let it out, it'll come flying out, possibly hurt you or somebody else. And you have the four parts of the magazine. You have the body, you have the base plate, and then you have the follower, spring, and retainer. There's no need to lubricate the magazine, however, you do want to make sure that you clean it. I start with cleaning the inside of the magazine body. You can either use your patches and solvent or a magazine brush. Next, use some solvent and patches to clean the magazine, follower, and the spring. And, well, might as well clean the retainer plate as well. Okay, to put it back together, take your spring and follower and put it back into the magazine body. Press it down with your thumb. Make sure don't release it, otherwise it'll come flying out. Put the base plate back on and make sure that it clicks into place. So that is how you field strip the brand new Taurus GX4 pistol. Now go ahead and take a look at the complete playlist of Taurus pistols linked down here, or click up here to watch my detailed review on this gun. I appreciate you watching, and if this is your first time watching our videos, thank you for joining. Go ahead and click the like button and share the video with your friends, and make sure you subscribe to receive up-to-date notifications on our latest videos, including the follow-up to this gun. And if you enjoy this channel and you want to see more content and want to help keep it going, please join the Squad Squad, our YouTube channel membership. You'll have a direct say in what content is coming up, a direct line to me, some cool swag, and some cool swag. Vala. Okay. All right. So some cool swag and discounts to a number of awesome vendors. You can find more information by clicking on the join button below. As always, thank you for watching, keep on squatting, and we'll see you in the next video.